and with all who would trust and obey. When we walk with the Lord, in the light of His word, with a glory shed on our way, while we do His good will, He abide with us still, and with all who will trust and obey. Trust and obey, for there's no other way to be happy with Jesus. That's James H. Sammons and Daniel B. Towner. But to trust and obey. Hey, I just want to come over here for a minute because I'm curious. I'm just curious. Tabitha Brown. Now, I want to end this Tabitha Brown week with this question. All right. If she was a white woman, would we be talking about her right now? Huh? Uh-oh. Bass.
It's the show that will get you thinking, and where the topics are hot. Feel free to comment whether we agree or not, 'cause he's got something to say. Sirwalterj Jones. Sirwalterj Jones. He's got something to say. Sirwalterj Jones. Sirwalterj Jones Show.
Come on in. The water's fine. Whoa, oh, oh, oh. Hello, everybody. The Sirwalterj Jones Show. I'm here this late evening edition. Baby. How y'all is? Come on in. The water's fine. I got on my library shirt with the short sleeves and the skinty arms. All right, I got it on because I'm at home in the den, and I just want to know about this subject here because if you're asking about who Brown is, John Doe, you have to go to this week's show. I talked about her Monday and Tuesday, but if you type her in on YouTube, you'll see what was going on with her and Wendy Williams. Now, so I don't have to play the videos for those of you who know who she is. A lot of men didn't know who she was. I didn't know who she was. I was surprised that Wendy Williams, being as popular as she was, didn't know who that girl was. After I found out who she was, I'm like, how did you not? How can you be an African-American woman with that kind of persuasive show and not know who Tabitha Brown is? I could see if I don't know who she was. But she in the entertainment world like you, trying to be, and became what she was trying to be. All right, so this is not a show to go after Wendy Williams. We did that already, and we prayed for it too. All right, but a couple people asked, why is this such a big deal? Why are we so, making this such a hype situation by how Tabitha responded to Wendy Williams? Well, it's because, Jackie, good to see you. It's because the world, especially the African American community, is not used to that type of spiritual, calm, bridle your tongue type of respond. We're not. Why? Because we have been inundated and pushed in our rooms TV shows from BET. Thank you, Demetri Pitts. We've been accustomed BT and the TLCs and TLNs and whatever channels y'all watch, okay, where basketball wives and Gotta Get Away with Murder and anything rhymes right and I Love New York. Okay, you can tell I don't watch it because I can't come up with hardly none of it. All right. So her response, thank you, Jenny. Where you been, girl? Her response was a Christian response, and it confused some of you because some of you, if she had not responded that way, and you was her, your clap back would have been fierce. It might have been loud, boisterous, or you might have been doing, y'all know how y'all do that. Okay, as you talk. Let me tell you, Wendy Williams, okay, you would have just been using all kind of choice words that might have been, way out of control. All right, foul, Jackie said. Okay, but what did this girl do? Tabitha showed the world how Jesus himself would respond to the naysayers. You understand? Now, somebody even said in the comment section, she didn't need to say anything. Why would you even entertain such a thing? Just leave it alone. No, you don't understand that was a perfect opportunity to show the love of Christ. When people, the Lula B said, they used to Kirk Franklin, okay? When people come after me, some of y'all watch my shows and you see how they respond to me in the comment section, what have you. In many cases, I don't put it up on the Jumbotron at all, and I could see some of the craziest things usually happen on YouTube because YouTube is the World Wide Web. Facebook is not really the World Wide Web, although it is, but it's not. Facebook are usually people who are familiar with you. They are your friends and associates and friends of friends. That's why Facebook is a little more calmer when it comes to my shows and the responses and the comments. YouTube, on the other hand, will get trolled more. These people who are out there, and YouTube is more open than a Facebook security settings. But I get some of the craziest comments, and I don't mess with them. Just ignore them. And then there might be one or two where I see they going after me, and the Spirit of God would say, put that on the Jumbotron. So because of the people who are watching, you need to teach a lesson. Tabitha did just that. No, she didn't have to just respond, but yes, she did have to, because for the people, the onlookers who needed to know how to respond, Tabitha was your girl. Do you understand? Jesus could have privately raised Lazarus from the dead, but he did not do it. When he prayed to his Father in heaven, he said, on behalf of those who are looking, who are right here in front of me, Father, Lazarus, rise. You sometimes got to deal with people because people are watching. He healed the woman who touched him, who had the issue of blood. In front of everybody, he exposed her so that others could also fear. Come on, kill you with kindness. A lot of people don't even know who Trudy Hayes. Yeah, she is the first black female reporter, and she started she is. Oh, okay, Trudy Hayes. Yeah, seeing a black Christian marriage at that. Yes. That's good. I'm doing this so they will know. Come on, Emil Taylor, do that. T-Vox, you going by that name today? You going by that name today? I'll allow it, okay? That's it, y'all. Come on, Kia. Like Jesus. And Wendy acted like the Pharisees and the Sadducees. Exactly. All right. So let's get to the topic here. So she responded that way. Y'all responded in kind by saying, thank you, Tabitha, for showing us, maybe reminding us how we should talk to our brothers and our sisters. When I'm amongst my family, my friends, or the clergy, what have you, and sometimes questions are posed in those settings, I wait to be the last to respond. The scriptures say, be slow to anger and be slow to speak. Shh, don't say nothing. It ain't your time. Jesus' mama asked him to do this miracle, and he was like, it's not my time yet. So when I'm on the panel with a bunch of men and the women are in the audience, they're asking all these questions, I don't answer right away. Nope. I don't care how heated, how hot it is. I ain't trying to raise my hand. I'm not saying, wait, is this mic on? Wait, I want to say something. Nope. If you ever watch me in a setting, I say nothing. I wait. And then the audience will say, we ain't heard from that guy. What you got to say? Or the coordinator will say, Brother Jones, we brought you here to speak. Yeah, I know, but they speaking. I'll wait my turn. And then when it's my turn, what did I do? I have analyzed two things. I wait and analyze the audience responses. Number two, I wait and analyze what the panel, other men on the panel are going to say or saying. And I take that all in so that I might not be repetitive, number one. Number two, so that I might piggyback on the audience and them and come to a solution to this fight. Do you understand? What is that movie with Denzel Washington and those young people where they were, is it called The Great Debater or something like that? That movie blessed me because I was saying, man, why is it that we cannot debate each other by listening first? Debate is good. Nothing wrong with debating. Listen fully to what the person have to say. And then respond. Don't respond because of what you have to say and about your point, but respond based off of what they said. The Great Debater, yes. Y'all got them. If you ain't seen the movie, watch it. Let people speak fully. Don't interject. Don't interrupt them. Let them speak. And when they're done, analyze what they said. These are great counselors. These make the greatest counselors, are the ones who listen more than they speak. And they teach you and show you how you can come up with the solution. All right, here's what you said. Let's analyze it. Now, here's what I'm going to put on, not on top of it, but on right next to it. Now here, I push it back in your face. What are you going to do with it? And this is what Jesus continued to do with the disciples and the Pharisees and the Sadducees. They asked him a question and he would ask them a question based off of their question. Are you the Son of God? Well, it is. You said it. It was brilliant. 2 ears, 1 mouth. Sit and examine the situation. My father taught me a vital lesson, and he learned it from his father. Then I thought he coined it, but I realized later on he didn't coin that. That was something that some philosopher came up with. He's a carpenter. And when I was young, I would see him sit there and watch and examine this piece of wood that need to fit in that on that wall right there, and that little piece of wall that's missing, that piece of wood which he hadn't cut yet, he's got to cut it and put it in there, and that's the last piece. And I would sit there and watch him look at it, and then he'd measure it. Then he put it up against the wall, take it back, then he measure it again. And then he look back and look at it. I'm like, man, just cut the thing and put it on the wall. He said, son, the reason why I spend this much time is because what I learned is, he said, measure twice, cut once. Am I in school? What is this? Son, measure twice, cut once. This is the last piece we got. It needs to fit on that piece of wall that's missing. We don't have time to go and back to the lumber store. If I mess this piece up, that's it. We don't have no other pieces. Time is money. So you're telling me to just measure once and put it in there. What if I mess it up? Measure twice. Cut once. Let the people speak. Sit and analyze it. And then possibly your answer next can possibly not just save that individual, but save everybody in the room who's listening to you speak. Come on, kid. Lumber is super expensive. It sure is. Jesus waited for people to speak before he addressed them. Yep, the demons were the only ones who he didn't allow. Come on, Kia, you killing me. You're killing me today. Yes. The lesson in this for me is the other people had to tell Tabitha what Wendy said. Tabitha is busy. T-Vox. See, when you T-Vox, that's when you're the super friends when you're T-Vox. Yes, makes the difference. Yes. If Tabitha Brown were a white woman, we would not be talking about this. This is the black woman issue with the crab and the, yep. White women have always stood by and supporting it. Yep, that's where I'm going. That's where I'm going. I love Jesus. Once my favorite passage, Matthew, when Jesus came into the coast of Caesarea Philippi, he asked his disciples saying, whom do y'all preaching tonight? I was only going to be on here for 10 minutes, but I see that's impossible. Y'all are preaching. Y'all are preaching. If she was a white woman. Now, sisters, let me help you and educate you right quick. It is a difficult subject matter when it comes to talking about black men and white women, especially coming together either to be boyfriend, girlfriend, engaged, or marriage. Mostly married, you really get upset. And you see all of the successful black men with these white women. Okay, let me help you. Many of you already know what it is, where I'm getting ready to go with this. Wendy Williams basically attacked this girl's dream of taking care of her husband's dream, retiring this. Wendy Williams was in a situation that she was used to seeing. This is why she needs prayer. She was in a situation that she and many African-American women were used to seeing. The abuse, the neglect, the abandonment by black men, whether it was their father or some boyfriend or some husband or what have you. Some of these women were used to seeing that. On my end, I'm not used to seeing the abandonment of fathers or black men, the abuse. I'm not used to seeing that, nor are my sisters. You understand? Nor are many of my circle of women and men friends coming up. We didn't see the abandonment. The Wendy Williams kind did, and then there are thousands of the women out there like that. So what do? Because they come up under that environment, they feel it's necessary to be Captain Save-A-Hole, as y'all would say. Let me help y'all out. Don't do this. Because exclusively, since my man did it to me, your man must do this to you. What does this do? This leads us down a rabbit hole of women being born and coming up as girls, and this mother is pouring in this girl's head that the father abandoned them. So that means every man that you come in contact will abandon you. So don't mess with men. That is the teaching that's going on now. I didn't come up under that, and that doesn't mean because I came up under it, it stopped all of a sudden. No, I know a lot of millennials who have very successful marriages, and their black men are absolute amazing supporters of these black girls who are married. So this fight that these white women are taking our black men, here's the thing. Black men who are successful there's two things that's happening. Number one, they have a desire. Number two, they are around a social economical environment where if I'm making $100,000, $200,000, whatever my career is, the likelihood of me finding sisters in that circle is slimmer. Y'all like, my mama make $100,000. What are you talking about? It? Put your emotions on the floor right now. The circle of African Americans get diminished the higher the prestige of the black man is. So many of y'all are not invited in. So because he's around that environment, these white women are there. And they push up on your brother. Y'all understand? That's one scenario. And then number two, well, Kia is saying that. Then sadly, white women are seen as trophies. It's part of the pinnacle of success. Come on, Kia, you've been preaching tonight. You can't get upset with that, black women. You can't get upset with that. That is the culture of what they deemed as success. So they have every right to pick white, Hispanic, Asian, whatever. They have every right to do that. That's them. So you think there's a shortage of black men? It is not a shortage of black men. I keep proving that over and over in my shows. Y'all keep saying there's 7 women to 1 man. No, it is not. You've been reading the scriptures and you misinterpreted that. That is not today. If you Google right now how many men and women there are on the earth out of the 7 billion, it is almost 50-50. Now, with that being said, yes, maybe in your neighborhood, your city, your parish, maybe it seems like there is a shortage because what those men are doing. Some of them are in jail. Some of them are just on the street corner. They just some of them are homosexuals. Okay, on and on. So yes, there could be a shortage. It seemed like there, but every time you turn around, your girlfriend is getting married. On Facebook, you look. I said yes. Well, I thought there was a shortage of men. There is not a shortage of men. There is just a shortage of you deciding to go into certain territories and discover that those men are there. Do you understand what I'm saying? And so you don't hang around the NFL, the NBA teams and the soccer teams, whatever the black men are playing, okay? You don't hang around those areas. The white women are. And so he's surrounded by white women and what? Boom. He selects what he sees. He has every right to choose where he is. Don't get upset. Now, here's the most controversial part. I dated 2 Caucasian women. And I came to the realization when I was dating them, not at the same time, over a few years, they're a few years apart, dating them, that these white women, this is not exclusive to all white women, but the narrative, much of it seems to be correct based off of my experience with white women, that they will give you whatever you want. Do you hear me? That is only based off of my experience. That may not be the rule. It may be the exception to a rule. I don't know. But that is my experience. And then I assumed that this was true. Like they think that they say that white women chase black men because of the size of his penile system. Okay. Could that be true? That black men have larger, inflated peniles. It's after 10 o'clock, y'all. We could talk about this. So when I dated the white women, both of them were willing to do things for me physically, sexually, financially, morally, everything. Anything, the sky was the limit. Opposed to the black women that I dated prior to these white women, they were like, nope, not doing that. Nope, not doing that, not doing that. And I was like, is this true? Will white women do whatever you want them to do for you, black brothers? Well, in the brotherhood, we believe that that is true. As I got older and more mature, realized that not necessarily true. Necessarily. Mm-hmm. But in my experience, it is. The sisters wouldn't do those things, especially sexually. There are things that I desire, and that a white woman never asked a question. She just did whatever I asked. It is after 10 o'clock in Chicago. I don't know what time it is over there. All right.
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
I just know I need to do that because I want to make sure. Are your children in the room? Okay. I'm trying to tell y'all. Risha. Yeah. Black brothers also state that white women don't Yep. The bitter black woman effect. I did that show. I don't know, Amber, if I did it on the thingy. But the bitter black woman effect is in the mindset of African American men. I grew up believing that black women were bitter and the white women would give you everything that you need. That was, whose fault was that I believed that? Whose fault was that? Because my mom was the antithesis of that. She was the direct juxtapose of that. She was the most humblest woman I ever met, and she gave my father anything he asked for. She gave it to him. But I was raised, not by my parents, but by my surroundings and by peer pressure, that black women are just bitter. And the television showed us that. The Jeffersons showed us that. Even y'all talked about Bill Cosby. Claire Huxtable was a wonderful Phoebe-ish type. You got to read my book to understand what that is. But don't cross her, then you will see that check. But what men did, we interpret that check as bitter black woman. All she was doing was trying to put you back into a place of respect. We interpret that as bitter black. So when black men fight with their black women, that bitter word pops up. And we begin to call them bees. Your environment. Yes. Influence have. Come on. I'm trying to teach y'all psychologically what this is. Put your emotion on the side. The people who watch my show are not emotional. They put their emotions on the side and listen to the words that's coming out of my mouth. There it is. The bitter black woman. I knew I did a show. I knew I did. Yes, you telling the truth about the white woman, and I heard white women say once you go black, yeah. Ellie Banks said, uh-oh. All right. So let's talk about this. Some of the good black men are seen as average based on their place of employment, but they love the Lord and then come on, Kia, you on top of this. Wendy spoke from a place of brokenness. She hasn't come to the realization that just because you are broken doesn't mean everyone. Come on, the actress, man, y'all preaching. This is good. Daddy issues, yes. So this needs to be analyzed. Y'all share this with your black sisters because they need to be educated on this. That everybody don't think that you're bitter because you're black. Everybody don't think that. There are some who are level-headed like me, or these brothers. There's some really decent brothers out there who women are chasing after, but he want you. Why? Because not only is he in love with you, he likes you, and there's a difference between like and love. Now, if Tabitha was a white woman, this narrative would be different. It would not have gone off the way it is right now. You understand? So there's this fight that what Tabitha did a white thing. Not right thing, a white thing. What's the white thing? Retiring her husband. White women do that. That's the mentality from the African American community. White women do that. Will retire her husband and take care of her husband's dream. And she spoke of that boy in her. That upset a lot of, especially Tanya TK and all you famous folk out there. When she mentioned the boy, y'all brought up the popular black evangelist pastor. What's his name? Gray and her husband situation and how that whole boy subject pops up. That popped up and then y'all, yeah, that makes sense. No, you cannot couple this. These are two situations that you got to really psychologically analyze. There are some men out there who have not developed yet to manhood, and they can be in their 60s. They have not fully developed. There was something that got cut or never got in. Overly barreling father, or the father was not there, or the overly nurturing mother, or the disenfranchisement of the social situation in the neighborhood, or his brothers and sisters and the division there. All kind of things play a part in this man may not fully developing into a man that you can handle. But Tabitha's husband was a police officer, and they don't just hire any John, Harry, Dick, and Maury. Bad choice of names, wasn't it? Can't erase it. It's out there now. Pastor John Gray and his wife, Aventer, I can never say a name. They've been married for 28 years, pouring into the survival of come on, reciprocity. I gave Tanya a piece of my mind. I'm brown, never bitter, and know of several bitter brown. I don't like black. What? What? Many women are bitter because that all they saw from. Yes. Yes. Yep, Steph. Yes. You have to realize when my husband is happy, I'm happy. Why not come together? Yes. So my book, it's around here somewhere, The 4 Women That Men Desire. I often say in the book that there's a little boy in all men. Let me help y'all, ladies. Just like I told the brothers that women desire 3 things. Do y'all remember the 3 things that women desire? That I said that, okay, because y'all may desire more than you, I'm sure you do. But the crust, the foundation of what women desire, 2 P's and 1 D. And the D ain't what y'all think it is. Get your head out the ground, okay? They need a provider. They need that. But in many cases, they would prefer a protector over a provider if they had to choose between the two. Why? Because innately it is placed in her, because in 1 Peter, the apostle or Peter was saying that a woman is a weaker vessel. She should be treated as one. So because she's a weaker vessel, she needs to be protected. Y'all understand? Y'all got it. She needs to be protected. In that protection, they both can come and hit at the same time, because that protection can also become a provider. She in whom I protect, I provide. So a protection is a type of provision as well. You understand? She needs those 2. Now, but she don't want those 2 if she think you're going to run out on her. I have a dear friend, and she's watching right now. We're going to laugh at it. She said that her mother told her, never buy your husband or your whoever, your boyfriend or whoever, your lover, a pair of shoes. Never buy a pair of shoes. Why? Because if you buy him a pair of shoes, he going to one day run out on you. She told me that the other day, and I laughed. I laughed. We had a good laugh. She gonna get me for that right now. She about to text me right now. That is some of the wives' tales that we've come up listening to. But she needs a devotion. You need to be devoted to me. And this relationship needs to be exclusivity. It needs to be me and you, not me, you, and her. You understand? And you need to prove and you need to show, and she needs security. She hit me up. I see it. She needs security. She needs to be reminded, brothers, that you are there and that you are devoted to her, which means when you're in the room with other women, how you talk with other women is important. You've got to always make sure that your woman is recognized in the room. Why? Because that works on her security side. Brothers, I'm trying to help you here. There is this, territorial aspect that women have. You belong to me, so she becomes territorial. Men are automatically that. But she needs to make sure. That's why when a man cheat, the question is one thing. When a woman cheat, the question is another. If two people are married and she discovers that he cheated, she asks him the question of, do you love her? Why? That is her devoted instinct. Do you love her? But if she cheated on her husband, what do y'all think the question is going to be from him? What question is he going to ask his wife or his woman? Can y'all put it in the comment section, ladies? I want to know. And be honest. What is the most popular question that he gonna ask his cheating woman? I'm so curious. I need a glass of wine right now because I'm gonna read these comments. I'm so curious. It's sad because some men don't know a good thing when all right, Yvonne, all right. If a man wants to get away from you, he'll go barefoot. Yeah. She asked him, do you love her? And he asked her, is he better lover than I? Yes. Jackie says, is he better? Yes. Is his peen bigger? A pretty lady. Yeah. When you use that word, I know where it came from. Why did you sleep with, yeah, but y'all going in the same area. Elliot. Was the sex good? Yes. Come on. I'm so happy. Thank you, Jesus. I'm so glad y'all came up with that answer because I got nervous. That's true. And the women gave the answers because they're women. You should have had the right answer. He is concerned about his possession. So ladies, when men bring up sex, that's his language. Let me tell y'all, ladies, here's my other opportunity to teach and preach to y'all. When a man, never ask a man a question and think that he's not going to give you the truth. When y'all ask, does this dress make my butt look big? Heck yeah. That dress make your booty look big. I'm trying to lose weight, but wait a minute. You asked me a question, and you ask a question to me, a man on whom you should be trusting. You want an honest answer from me. Why would I lie to you? That dress make your butt look big, and I like big butts, and I cannot lie. Which should be his answer too. All right. So, if a woman is asking the man, what do you like? What do you love about me? He's going to come up with different scenarios to make you feel good. Okay. So he'll say, I like the way you talk. You're very intelligent. You know, I like how you take care of the kids, and I like how you dress nice, and you're so educated about all these things. That man is lying. He think Well, he want you to believe that, and some men do think that's why he love you, but that's not it. And science is lined up to what I'm telling you. The love is an inner vaporish. It is a hormonal thing in your brain. I talked about this a few weeks ago. And you don't know why you're in love with someone. You're only trying to bring up that which is surface, but it is not surface. It is an inner thing that you will never understand because attraction cannot be verbalized. Do you hear me? Attraction cannot be verbalized. But what can be verbalized is his sexual attraction to you. So women get upset when the man gives you a list of all the things that he like or love about you, and then he puts sex in there, and the only thing you hear is sex. And you remind him of that answer, because down the road, as y'all talking, what have you, he wants sex, and you say, is that all you think of me? Is that all I'm good for? Is sex? When a woman comes to a man like that, that says something very important. Number one, she don't know him yet. She has not learned him yet. She don't know his heart yet. She just don't know. He may not be relaying all these other things to her, but he's building his desire off of his conversation of sex. Girl, ooh, when you walk away, put those shoes on. Put those panties on. Put that bra on. Do your hair like, put that wig on. All this stuff is all. So she think that's all he want, but she don't know that that's his language. It was put into him by God above. So if you cheat on him, it is innate for him to ask, was he better sexually? Or did you have sex with him? He ain't asking, are you in love? Some men may ask that, but that ain't at the top. At the top is, how good was the sex? Or did he touch you? Not, are you in love with him? That ain't at the top. That doesn't mean he don't care about that, but okay, all right, if you're in love with him, listen, I can get that back. I ain't worried about that. I can get that back. But did he touch your body, my possession, that which God put in me? I need this to be mine. You're my toy in the bed. The 5 love languages. Many men language is physical touch. That is his fabric. And when you take that away from him or say that's all you want, that makes him feel like, man, is that all I want? Maybe that's all I want. You just grabbed him by the twins and told him to cough. So you don't believe that there are some sapio? Yeah, of course they're not only sapios. Yes, of course I do. The brain? Absolutely. But the attraction cannot be verbalized. Dopamine, serotonin, norepinephrine, okay, and all these pleasure things that goes off in your head, it starts there, and you can't express it. You can't, but you can express the sexual desire. You think these are the things that you're attracted to, and here's how I can prove it. Those same things that was once attractive to you are now something that you vomit over. Ooh, I like the way you chew. I like the way you eat. And as soon as you start finding yourself not liking the person anymore, I hate the way you eat. I hate the way you chew. I hate the way you walk. You don't know why you're attracted to people. It just happens. It's the nature of the beast. It's invisible. You understand? So there's a little boy in all men, ladies. Tabitha tapped into her little boy. And I don't know a man today who don't want his woman to tap into that little boy. And it worked for her. And if you tap into the boy is going to bring the toy back to you. Do you understand? Even dogs understand that. My dog Iris will go outside and kill an animal and bring it in and set it at my foot. It's my gift from my dog. So y'all calling men dogs? Let the dog bring the animal. Let the dog bring a toy or a gift back to you. Watch him act like that. Tap into the boy. It's always there. And if you got a man or you don't know where that boy is, then you need to learn where he is. Watch him. The average woman know that boy, but you don't want to stroke the boy. So you bring a new toy home to the boy, and the boy is going crazy, and he's jumping on mama. Mama, I love you. Mama, thank you. Mama, thank you. Oh, he's going crazy. And he loved that toy. Tabitha bought him a great toy. She bought him Woody. Woody. And I talk about Woody in this new book that's dropping this week. Bella will be dropping this week on Amazon.com. She is the mistress. And the brother runs after Bella. Not because she's Woody, but because she is Buzz Lightyear. Woody was a doll, but Buzz Lightyear was an action figure. Sisters, Wendy, unfortunately, turned out to be Woody. Woody became an old toy to that boy, to whereas his clothes was ripping. I done messed up. The wives who complain about that have a bozo. The woman who have Kia, you just been blessing me tonight. How should a woman speak to the little boy? Cheryl Dunlap, good to see you, Cheryl. I miss you. Boy, I ain't seen you in a long time. That's a great question. Every man's boy is different. And you got to know the desire of that man. His toy may be anything. And you, as his woman, should know where that desire is. The girl next door know how to tap into the boy in that man. You've walked away from the boy. She taps into her, and she can tell that the boy is lonely, and the mother has forsaken him. The girl next door gets him. That's why these men go cheating. And the girl next door don't look as sexy as you. Okay, she could be less attractive than you, but it don't matter. She tapped into that man's chest. A way to a man's heart is not through you. You can feed this man until he full and bursting with food. That ain't gonna keep him in that house. You got to feed his chest, not his stomach. Now, you feed his stomach, but you got to feed his chest. That's where his ego lie, and that's where the boy, his playground, is there. And that girl next door and the girl that's singing in the soprano section at the choir, she talked to him up in here. You talk to him in here. Come on, baby, let's go eat. No. Talk to him up here. That's where all his pride is. And she know how to beat that thing out of him. Tap into the chest. It's all about communication. And you keep examining him. Watch him go by a car. And you'll see the boy. Watch how he treat that car when he drive it home. I've made this analogy so many times. He kicked the tires. He look at the he check all of the liquids. He's filling the upholstery. He's turning on the radio. He's revving it up. All this stuff at the car lot. Oh, he's falling in love. That boy is falling in love with this new toy. And he take it home, and then he pull up, and he's driving slow. He don't speed. He drives slow because he want people to admire him. He lets the window down, and he drives slow. He want everybody to understand. Look at me. And he pulls up in his house, and he gets out the car. He don't slam the door. He gently shuts the door, and then he walks away from the car, and he turns around and look at it again. And he's walking up his stairs, and he turns around and look at his car again. And then he opens up his door, and he goes inside his house or apartment, and he goes to the front room window, open up the blinds, and he looks at his car again. And then he goes to bed that night. No, I forgot. All right, he turns the alarm on, okay? He goes to bed at night, and he can hardly sleep because he's wondering, is anybody tampering with my toy? Do you understand what I'm saying? That next day he goes out there, even though that car's brand new, he's getting ready to take some soap and water and a rag, a soft rag, okay? And he's getting ready to wash a brand new clean car. Why? So your boy R. Kelly made a song that offended some of the women. He says, "You remind me of my Jeep." Honk, honk. Women like, why would I remind you of a Jeep? Because you don't understand the boy in that song. He's telling you, he admired his Jeep. He will take better care of his Jeep than he would his own kids. He abandoned his sons and daughters, but he makes sure he take good care of that car. He will always keep gas in there. He will always keep the oil change. He would always keep the transmission fluid clean, okay? He makes sure he got windshield wiper fluid in there. He's taking good care of that. You, lady, you, my lover, you remind me of my Jeep. That is the greatest acclamation that a man could ever speak, is that you remind me of my car. I can give you a biblical example. It's in my book. It's Pharaoh and Solomon. In the book of Song of Solomon, he was talking to that Shulamite woman, and he was describing her physically. You understand? And then he turned and looked at Pharaoh's chariots. He says, "There's none as great as Pharaoh's chariots, but you remind me of Pharaoh's chariots." Only men talk like that. You remind me of my Jeep. That's the little boy talking. And how do you get in there? Find out what he likes so much. And if he compare you to that which he likes so much, that's tangible, you in like Flynn. He ain't walking out on you. You is it, Hoppo. All the boys are different. Yeah, you choose your little boy with a little girl in you, and when the two meet, they will come on, hair pulling and punching. That's it. If he like you, he gonna pull your hair. So, ladies, use super glue next time on, and when those extensions, make sure you use the right thread. Because he pulling your hair. He needs you to know. Steph, yep, that's what he did. Yep, the man looking out the window at his car because his wife looking like an old car. Yeah, rollers and y'all crazy. Come on. All right, y'all. I needed y'all to see this. Clock keeper, I'm gonna break the record at night. I'm gonna go 1 hour. I think I only got a couple minutes, right? I'm gonna break this record. I'm gonna break it. Brothers, you gotta understand. Well, I'm really talking to you sisters. If Tabitha Brown was white, we wouldn't be talking about this. Y'all feel that Tabitha Brown did a white thing. She did not. She did the right thing. We like to put colors. Somebody this week was talking about why y'all always have to bring up white and black, because it's reality. We live in that world. Why do you think the term critical race theory keeps popping up among white folks? Black folks wouldn't even talk about critical race theory. White folks brought it up. Why? Because we live in a black and white world, and you got to talk black and white. I know there's Asians and Hispanics and all these other people out there, but you got to talk black and white for people to understand. That's just the way it is. The way you live and the way you worship and the music that you listen to has everything to do with black and white. We live in a segregated world, at least country. So she did the right thing. Thank you, Betty. She did a Tabitha thing. You understand? You got to know that. Say, my people dragged me for it. Come on. I'm sorry, Yvonne. All right? So, don't hate. Now, I'm done with Tabitha. Y'all stop sending me Tabitha videos. All right? I'm done. I know all about Tabitha now. I know more about Tabitha than I do myself now. No more emails and inboxes of Tabitha videos. I'm done. I know all about it now. Now I'm like, okay, I woke up this morning. What Tabitha doing? I wonder what Tabitha doing today. Let me go on. Let me turn on the TV. Tabitha, where you at, girl? It's like I know now. She's like my sister. How old is she, by the way? Cause I'm about to call her my big sister. I don't know. She could be younger than me. I don't know. How old is she? She feel like she my sister. I personally think that she did what she wanted to. It's their business. Come on, pretty lady. You acting saved today, cause some days, oh how I wonder. Wendy would have been applauded for exposure if Tabitha. Yeah, Kia, listen. I'm gonna put my Cash App up here, and 0.2% I might donate to your cause, whatever I raise tonight. I agree wholeheartedly. She did the right thing. Yeah. Oh, she's early 40s. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Mookie, get out of here. 40s. Wow. Listen, y'all. Now, this is not an indictment towards white women. But whoever coined the phrase black don't crack, it is the God for honest truth. Black sisters, let me tell you something. Y'all look good. The more you age, the better you look. It's fine wine. It fermented and set up on the cabinet for 30, 40 years, and then they go back there and celebrate some kind of anniversary, and they pop that and drink and say, ooh, this thing is set up here and aged so fine. Black sisters, that's why you are the envy of appropriators. They want to look like you, act like you, dress like you. They wish they come up with skin products so that they could find a way to stop the aging process, because they envy you. They envy you. Sisters. She has wisdom beyond her years. Come on, T-Vox. Again, when T-Vox come in as T-Vox, she go heavy. And then when she turn into Tambra, well, I mean, she all right. But T-Vox, whew, that girl go into a phone booth and turn into Superwoman. Rachel Dolezal trying. Kia. KK. That's KK. You got to be called KK. You got to let me call you that, because you've been cutting up, KK. All right, y'all. I gotta go. Clock keeper. Did I do all right? Am I done? Is it almost 1 hour? Is it time? Is it time? All right, y'all. Get the book. Go to YouTube. I'm sorry. Well, if you're on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe. Man, my subscribe list been going up like crazy over the past month. It must be because I just been yelling. I don't know what my problem is. So continue to subscribe. If you're on Facebook, go ahead and share. There's about 120 of y'all left. If 120 of y'all subscribe and share, then this message will get to Tabitha. She'll call me tomorrow and say, "Oh, honey, what? How does she talk to Wendy? Oh, honey." Oh, honey, look, listen. I'm telling y'all, that's my dear. I want to thank you, Sir Walter. Oh, honey. Oh, yeah, I got to go. They want all our jazz, but not our blues. Ooh, G and A. G to the nay. That was tight, but right. We shouldn't be so surprised when women do what's right. G and A, you got the last words. I'm going to quit on this one. All right, get the book. See y'all. Blessings to you. I love you. And ain't nothing you can, hold on. Ain't nothing you can do about it. I got to go eat. I eat late so I can keep my sexiness. Bye, y'all.
Hello, everybody. This is Alexa, Sir Walter's wife. Thank you for listening to my man. Tune again tomorrow for the Sir Walter Jones Show.
Girl A. Sex is her superpower. This woman got skills, but adds no value to him. Girl B. Her brains and beauty is her birthright. She's his eye candy and his arm piece. Girl C. She's his mama, his teacher, his better half, his soulmate, and the apple of his eye. Girl D. She's dangerously desperate. She's his thin line between love and hate, and his fatal attraction. All that and more in the 7-volume book series, The Men's Chronicles, A Woman's Guide to Men by Sir Walter Jones. Volume 1 is entitled The 4 Women That Men Desire. Go to Amazon.com today for your copy.
Right, Mr. Walters?